heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, we had Izuku and Katsuki. Now, these two, they have been working together for a year in a version of Earth where a nuclear war happened. And it seemed to have just wiped out humanity. Now, this is hundreds of years after that war. Somehow, the cities are still standing and things are still somewhat normal. However, there's a bit of an issue. They're the only ones here on Earth. Other than the animals that have survived and mutated, they're about it. They've encountered no other person in the last year. Now, all the evidence they do have shows they're the only ones there. They found corpses, they found bodies. I mean, they found just the bones of people. And there's not even a time frame for how much the cities have grown. It would take decades, if not centuries, for them to get that way. Now, with that being said, there actually was also Izumi and Bakugo, who, thanks to their little contact getting annoyed and thinking that he was screwed over, he had some people hunt them down. He found their names where they started to get a little bit bigger and expanding their business a little bit more. And after a trap, Izumi and Bakugo, they were ambushed. And Izumi, she was shot after they were able to get away from the trap, and cops tried to pursue them. Now, as they were driving out of Night City, there actually was where Izumi, she passed out, while she was bleeding out. And Bakugo, he pulled the car over, since right now, his friend is about to die. Now, it was 1 year for Izuku and Katsuki. And for these two, I want to say it has been around, let's just say 7 months. Now, with that, we actually will cut to Izumi. She feels groggy and strange. And right now, she just gonna sit up. And she's surprised. She's alive. She's alive. Her looking around. And she doesn't know what's happening. She's in a tent? Oh, no. I jumped again. Okay. No. Okay. Her looking down. Right now she just tried to remember. She vaguely remembers it. Something about their bodies, but they shouldn't have permanent wounds if they jump. Her looking down at her body and seeing that there actually is a bandage around the area she was shot at. And the moment she does see that, she doesn't try to calm down. However, she doesn't know if that's a good thing for right now. It does have some proof. If they do jump, then they're injured still. Now, Izumi, she was going to stand up. And right now, she does try to think about what's going on. As when she is going to walk out, there is actually Bakugo, who he does a directly turn and see Izumi. Him sprinting right over, as some people who are talking to him, they watch him go. And the moment Izumi does see Bakugo charging towards her, she's going to bring her hands up. And Bakugo, he does go to wrap her into a hug. Jesus Christ, thank God. You're okay. But Bakugo, hey, let go of me. Let go of you? him pulling away. You have been out of it for 5 days. What? 5 days? Thank God. Okay, thank God. Listen, we made some friends. I cut a bit of a deal with them. We're helping them right now, and if you're up for it, then it would be much appreciated. If you need to, use your powers and explain it away later. What's going on? Izumi? These people, they were going to rob us. However, seeing that you were shot, and whenever I tried telling them it was by a cop, they seemed a little bit more intrigued to know more. And I explained to them what happened. Turns out the guy who was messing with us, yeah, he doesn't like nomads. And he thinks that the nomads, they fucked him over. This guy clearly has a small brain. Since he has enemies everywhere. So far, we've gone to a few bars, and we've asked questions. This guy really doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Are you sure? Yeah. Listen, your help would be appreciated. You're charismatic. You know what people want to hear. Okay, fine. But I'm gonna need more information. Have you already worked with these people? What do you know about them? And who can be trusted? Izumi, read my mind right now. And you'll see. Now, Izumi shows that doesn't want to focus. And I know Bakugo, he knows what Izumi's about to do. And he is ready for it. Bakugo, he lays it all out there. Flat. Like a piece of paper, she just holds up and reads. This person's trustworthy. This person's an asshole. This person's an asshole. This person's okay. This one's cool. This one gave him a free beer, so he's good. And this one, they actually think is a good shot. Now, that is all she does need to know. Along with the fact that a few of these people, they genuinely fucking hate the guy who took them down. Or tried to kill him. Now, with that, Izumi, she actually does get ready. And right now, things are going a bit more in their favor. And Izumi does ask Bakugo about exactly what happened. Yeah, that's about it. Listen, the car got busted in the last job that me and someone did yesterday, and the radiator needs a new radiator, so we have to borrow a vehicle. Are you serious? Yeah, and if this one gets fucked up, we're gonna have to pay for it too. Besides, the car, I actually do like that one. It's so beautiful. Bakugo, I mean, it's a good car, but I know, it's so good for drifting. There is that. Now, Izumi, she does get ready. As whenever Bakugo does gonna walk over to a bike, he does gonna hop on. Him going to bring his hand up and directly go to put on a helmet, before turning and going to hand one out to Izumi. And Izumi, she does go to grab it and put it on and hop on the back of the bike. And Bakugo, he does go to take off. And right now Izumi, her and Bakugo, they need to go and recruit some people for the job. Since Bakugo hasn't really had the best time or ease of convincing some of them. And this job that he ran yesterday, yeah, that put them on a bit of a high profile. So right now, he needs to keep his face concealed. With that being said, we will actually cut over to Deku and Katsuki. Now, the two, after scavenging for the day in the last part, they went back to their camp. And for right now, it is a former 3-story building. And they're on the roof of it. They have a campfire going, and they have the entrances and exits all sealed. And the only way up to the 3rd story is through a ladder. And while the roof of it is partially caved, so the floor over there is bad, you do actually have the fact that they're having a good time. They're actually eating well tonight. And both of them, yeah, they're talking about a lot. Izuku, he was quite happy. They actually were able to find a good soup. And, well, the taste is somewhat old. It doesn't seem right. Whenever you actually put some more meat into it and get things boiling and actually get it cooked, it tastes amazing. And there's also the fact that Katsuki, she is actually getting a bit better at finding out which plants make which foods taste a little bit better. And she's going to toss in a plant, and Deku he would go to see it. Him seeing that it's a small plant that's green and chopped up. Now, Deku does comment on this as Katsuki. She does tell him what it will do. And Deku, he does like the sound of that. Now, the two actually would eat. And they're both talking about certain ideas and things as to what to do tomorrow. So, you really want to try and look in that place? Yeah, I do. I mean, it sounds risky with the dogs and everything, but it should be fine. The wolves are pretty bad, but I'd say nothing that you can't handle. Some fire scares them away. That is true. But then again, I think I saw a deer in that area too, so it could explain why they are there. Really? Yeah. I mean, I looked around and I saw one head that way, but I'm not exactly too sure if it's still there. Really? Okay. Hmm. Okay, so maybe we could head there tomorrow. You sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. Now, Deku, he doesn't go to sip from his bowl, as he does look at Bakugo, as she is still somewhat picking at her food. She's full, and, well, that's good, but right now, she's not too sure. Something's been bothering her. Deku's talked about a strange dream he's had once, and she didn't really understand it, but she had a strange dream the other week, and it's sort of been, well, weighing her down a bit. And she finally does go to ask it. "Hmm? Do you think that we're the only ones really left alive?" Huh? I... I don't know. Are you sure? I don't know, Bakugo. You're pointing a loaded gun at me. If I say yes, then we're it. Right now, the last bit of humanity is sat around a campfire talking. And we're burning into the night. That's all humanity is now. And if I say no, then it raises questions. An entire year and 3 months into the city. I mean, we'd see something by now, wouldn't we? If people are underground, then that's understandable. But if they're not, then they're all just gone. Yes, but what about the radiation? I don't know. I mean, we've talked about this before. We don't know what year it is. And we don't know how long it takes to subside. Exactly. It could be, what, 20 years into the future? But that we are not too sure about. Because of the plants. I mean, plus look. Deku pointing out into the distance. Him talking about how the skyscraper over there, it fell over a long time ago. Since there's a tree growing in the center of it. And it's huge. Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. I'm sorry. It's no worries. But you talked about a dream before, right? I did. Yeah. What was it? I I don't know. I'm just standing there. I have a weapon in my hand and I see somebody. They're about to harm you, and I'm scared. I feel I feel just terrified. My hands are shaking. I don't know what to do. And the person turns to look at me. And just before they stab you, I see them. And it's me. What? Yeah, that's what's confusing me. I don't get it. I don't know why I keep having that dream. Izuku, do you actually not remember anything? Bakugo, Deku's standing up and going to somewhat toss his bowl onto the chair he was sitting on, talking about how he doesn't remember anything, as he's going to turn and walk towards the edge of the building, telling her that if he knew anything, he would really, really say something about it. Because look at this. They barely survived the fucking winter. And the fact was, they spent half of it cooped up in that cave trying to go out for supplies, trying to stay alive in the wilderness. And they almost died of the cold. So if he was going to say something, he would have. He has been trying to think about ways to survive, ways to do things, and ways to keep them alive. And sabotaging it by pretending to not know anything, it sounds pretty fucking dangerous. Him turning to her, and also at least telling her about how they both had the same bruises when they came out of the water. Right. Sorry. I was just. No. Fuck. Fuck. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just stressed out. I was in a good mood and that got under my skin. We're trying to address this shit with calm minds. Okay. Sorry. Deku's going to sit down against the wall. And he does go to look up. He can hear the fire crackling. And the stars above. The sky above. It's so amazing. Huh. Makes you wonder. Makes me wonder what? If we're the only ones left on Earth, what about the universe? What? I'm just saying, maybe there are people out there. I mean, what? There was an old saying, right? Sky's the limit. So, we have footprints on the moon. Who's to say this place isn't any different? What was it? 300 years ago? For us? Yeah, for us. I want to say that one guy landed on the moon. And if that's the same thing here, then maybe there's a chance people escaped. Okay. I like your reasoning with that. But, okay. Hers is going to stand up, putting down her bowl, as when she does so she's going to walk over to Deku, talking about how if that's the case, then is there any way to contact them? Find out about them? I don't know. Like I said, we probably need to try and do something. Build a generator. And if we can, go to somewhere big. maybe a space place or something that would have enough equipment and carry a large enough signal? What if people are just waiting for the world to become habitable again and they don't think it's possible yet? Hmm. I like that idea the most. We're going to lean backwards and against the wall. It feels a little bit cold, but right now she feels fine. She is wearing something to keep her warm. And while the fire is still going, right now she does need to focus on her friend. Her friend. Those words so clear in her mind. And then there are actually these things she's seeing. The memories. She doesn't exactly remember too well, but it's connected to jealousy? No, envy maybe. But what is it about? Okay, so something strange happened to me. What is it? I had a dream too. I know we said we'd share our dreams, but this one feels weird. Does it? Yeah. I think there may have been someone else with us. Are you sure? Yeah. I just remember them vaguely, but they travel with us and they're the reason why we fell into the river. Are you serious? Why when did you have this dream? I don't know. Last week? Fuck. Okay. Okay. Deku wasn't panicking. And Bakugo, she can tell that. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Bakugo? Katsuki? Listen, I am freaking out. Okay? If the person knows both of us, then we shouldn't have the fire on. Right? Okay, listen. If that's the case, they shoved us into the river. They think we're dead. And if that's the case, they're not looking for us. Okay, I get that, but how far did the river carry us? Um, okay, the river doesn't flow in the same direction. But even then, if they come to this town, they'll find us. We're sending out a beacon right now. Izuku, it's okay. Just stop panicking. Okay. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know what you're talking about. My dream doesn't feel real, but if yours is the case, then maybe I have a brother. A brother? Yeah. Wouldn't that explain it? They have my face, but they're trying to kill us. I don't like that. Yeah, sorry. Now, Deku he does gonna look somewhat annoyed. And right now he does gotta bring his hands up to his face. Talking about how maybe they should have just rationed things. Maybe tonight wasn't a good idea. No, tonight was okay. Listen, I actually really did enjoy this. You did? I did. In fact, well, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. But what do you think we were? Huh? What are you talking about? What do you think we were to each other? Um, I I don't know. Deku's not looking away. I I think I know what we were. You do? Yeah. Can you look at me for a minute? Deku turning back. And the moment he does, Bakugo she is gonna kiss him. And Deku, he's caught off guard. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, so were they together? But he doesn't have the memories of anything. What what's going on? Now, Bakugo was gonna pull away, and Deku is gonna bring his hand up, asking her, "What the hell was that?" You don't remember anything? No, I don't. Why did you kiss me? I thought it would jog memories, but it should have worked. Is that not? Damn it! Now, Bakugo is gonna stand up and try to think. That should have fucking worked. She read somewhere in a book something familiar would help jog a memory. But, okay, if they were together, they would have kissed before, but that didn't help knock anything loose. How? Uh, okay. Bakugo, are you fine? No, I thought that would help. Well, it helped me calm down. Really? Yeah. Listen, maybe we should just call it a night. Just, leave that stuff for breakfast and put out the fire for right now. Sit back and watch the stars a bit. I mean, look at that. Deku looking up, and Bakugo should look up as well. As the sky, it does start to have a bit of a strange phenomenon happen. The darkness and the lights from the stars, they're somewhat forming into an aurora borealis type effect. It just seems like there's a strange wave above the sky, and something strange is happening here. It's so bizarre, but beautiful. Now, Bakugo should put out the fire, and after she does so, she's going to walk back over to Deku, who currently is still leaning against the wall. And right now, Bakugo should talk about how, as she does go to grab one of the blankets that you have, that it does feel a little bit cold, doesn't it? Now, Deku, he doesn't understand what she's talking about. So I'm going to wrap an arm around him since he's very warm. Now, with that being said, the two, they would watch the stars and see what happens for the night. As while they're doing that, there actually is somebody who, they were watching them. They were looking through a pair of binoculars in the distance, and they were quite curious about this. So, this is what they're here for. Interesting. Well, alright. So, kill them and get a free ticket. That's the deal. Alright. This should be quite interesting. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut back over to Bakugo and Izumi, who right now, they do pull up to a bar. And after they do go to get off the bike and head inside, Izumi does find the person she's supposed to talk to. And right now, it's a little bit of back and forth. The person, they told Bakugo one simple answer. Go fuck yourself. Now, after that, Bakugo, he talked about how if his friend can convince them, would they be willing to help out? And yeah. The person is come walking back over with Izumi. And they do look a bit annoyed. And right now, Izumi is going to point out how he'll help them, but he does still want to cut. Of course. So, what are we thinking? Right now, we're working at 5%. You can't be serious. 5%? Really? Well, should have jumped on the bandwagon a bit sooner. Since you're not involved and you weren't in the job yesterday. So that means you get a low percentage. Actually, he doesn't. I'm being generous. I'm offering him some of my share. So he knows that we can play nice. Now, you gotta remember, if you don't play nice with us, I'll scramble your fucking brains. The person is staring directly at Izumi. and she does go to so much simply smile before we're going to hop back on the bike. And the guy, he does stare directly at Bakugo, as they do go to drive away. And Bakugo, he does ask Izumi, what the hell was that about? Oh, I looked into his head, saw what was used to piss him off, and I went for the classic, I know everything going on in this room approach. So you basically just tricked him. It's not a trick if he already wants to shoot the guy in the face. So you persuaded him. Exactly. See, I like that word better. Huh, Izumi. You are crazy as all hell, you know that? I prefer the term persuasive. Well, you see, there's your terms, and then there's what I actually do think. I mean, hell, you call me a hot shot all the time, but I'd say I do fine. Bakugo, you're a hot shot because the last guy who pissed you off, you lit his face on fire. I told him not to do that. Yes, you did. And he ignored you. And after he did that, you lit his face on fire and you burned his friends in front of him. I did, but they're still alive. Yes. However, they were a bunch of psychos. Okay. I said they're still alive. Yes. And they might be actively hunting us down in Night City. And where are we currently? We're in Night City. I get it, Izumi. Besides, even if they are, those guys were not people in our line of work. They might act like gangsters, but they're nobodies. Besides, even if they wanted to kill us, or even try to get a shot at us, we take them down before they approach us. You're right about that. So, that's why I call you a hotshot. Any witty remarks, stupid references, dumb shit to say? Dumb shit to say. Hang on, I'm trying to think of something cheesy. Do you still need some time, or are you good? Or do you need some help with that too? Fuck off. Alright, fine. Sure, I'll just do that. You know, it's only so hard to do whenever we only get one bike. Izumi, I didn't want to have to do this, but they basically just told me one bike is all we got. They're not giving away a car because they know we'll run with a car. We'd only run if we had something to get away from. Besides, we're not going to run. Yeah, you're right about that. Anyways, this place off the highway right here. Yeah. Alright. I think that's the right exit. That being where Bakugo, he has a swerve. Getting into the other lane as they do go off of the freeway ramp and park the bike afterwards. And Izumi, she is going to climb off the bike and see where they are. She believes that she's passed by this place once. At the very least on the highway. Maybe she's seen it or maybe not. Okay. Now, they do go to walk inside and talk to the Ripper Dog, since they need to ask a few questions about a certain somebody and see if they may have asked for a brain dance. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.